Hey guys, it's Iblis here, the Baron's Finest, giving you guys a Ritual Beast deck profile. I know I did one of these about a month ago, but I wound up playing in a two Cross Souls winner boxes, and I wound up not winning either, but I wound up getting a box anyways. I sadly couldn't record the box, but, you know, I mean, I'll give you guys a little satisfaction, I guess, and post on screen what I wound up pulling, because I say I did pretty good for a box. It was definitely one of the better boxes I've seen of the set. I mean, I've seen people open boxes already, and like nobody's really pulled as well as I have from what I've seen. But yeah, I wound up playing in two winner boxes. One was the first one I wound up getting third in, and for my packs I wound up pulling a lose one turn, and I wound up playing against Necroz, which I 2-0'd, Star Seraph Shaddoll, which I got 2-0'd by. And then I played against a Gadget player who had been out of the game for a while, and I 2-0'd him. He didn't know what any of this stuff did. And then in the other one, I wound up playing against... I don't remember my matchups exactly, but I played the Mirror, which I lost to. I got swept by, because every time I tried to make a play, he had the Black Horn. I wound up playing against Evil Swarm, which I also got swept by. There was something in between, but I can't remember what it was. I played against Hero... No! I remember now. I played Dragon Draw Exodia, then I played Evil Swarm, which I lost. I 2-0'd the Dragon Draw Exodia player, which I beat. Then I lost to Evil Swarm 2-0 or 2 or 1, like is it 0-2 or 1-2? I forget which one exactly. Then I wound up playing against a Hero player who wasn't exactly that good. And then after that, I believe it was just a Satellar Knight player, which I wound up 2-0ing. But that was the matchups, I guess. I did pretty well throughout the weekend. I mean, I'm just annoyed because I really only lost to my own deck because I clumped. Granted, I did lose to the Ritual Beast player because he opened so optimally. Holy crap, that man opened like a god. I could not do anything to him. And there are differences between what I played in the two events. Slightly, I will talk about the differences, but this is what I'm playing right now, and this is my post-Cross Souls list. The side is definitely in the works, so don't treat the side as if it's, like, sacred or anything. But without further ado, we're going to get in the deck list, and if you want to see, like, a quickie version of this deck list, go ahead and click the annotation somewhere. A friend of mine posted my deck list from the second box tournament on his channel. So to start off with, we play one Ritual Beast, actually I forgot to do it like this in Yu-Gi-Oh! One Ritual Beast Apelio, or Spiritual Beast Apelio, excuse me. It's 4 in the morning here, guys. He's the bandit. Once per turn you can banish from grave, everything gains 500 attack and defense. For the turn, so like if you stack him multiple times, like everything, like even stuff summoned after using his effect will gain stats. I played 2 in the first tournament and cut it down to 1 in the second. I noticed absolutely no difference in the numbers of how many of these I played. I guess 1 or 2 really does come down to preference, but I'll talk about what I cut the second one for when I get to the spells. Double Rom Pengu. I'm staying with the Monk engine, so I am still doing this. And plus, a really nice interaction I wound up learning about this is that if you get this off the Monk, which spoilers, I still play Monk, you can like just banish a fusion, send Kanahawk, and you set yourself up a lot more compared to say going into Monk Hawk and then just like not advancing yourself as much. You get like you have setup for future plays, is what I'm basically trying to say. The 3 Kanahawk, it's the gold Sark of the deck. What can you do? It's the heart. I'd say if this and Steeds weren't cards, I would not be playing this deck. Double Summoner Monk, it's still, in my opinion, a really good card. It has so much utility in this deck. And granted, yeah, with the new fusion, you can say, oh, your extra deck's tighter, but I'm only playing 1 of the new fusion despite owning 2. And then the last level 4 I played was 1 Dolphin. I used this thing a good bit, actually. This thing came through. This card was my saving grace against Evil Swarm. And I wish I could have saw it more. But, you know, beasts never show up. The beasts never show up when I clump. For the Tamers, we wound up playing 2 Wen. Wen is... I mean, it's a good card. I like it. It's the banish. You really always are going to be... If you're not banishing Elders, you're banishing this for Tamers because of the fact that you play 2 of her. So she's not as necessary. And she can be bottomless, which happened a lot. And it messed me up because I kept thinking I was going to be okay by just, like, getting something else. But, you know, it's whatever. One of the new cards I wound up playing was one Ritual Beast Tamer Zephyr Pilica. For those of you who don't know what she does, she is extremely similar to Lara. Actually, let me read her exactly. Yeah. So what she does is she has the base. She's a scale of 1. The scales are relevant. You're not playing her because she's a pendulum. You're playing her primarily because she's a different name on Tamers. But what she does is on, well, her pendulum effect for people who care. You can only pendulum summon Zephyrs and Ritual Beasts, I believe. Yeah, you can only pendulum summon Zephyrs and Ritual Beast. And her effect is that when she's normaled or pendulum summoned, you get to target a ritual. Is that a spiritual or ritual? I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, target one Ritual Beast monster in your grave, special summon it, but it dies during the end phase, and it has the condition of every other Ritual Beast tamer, or every other, Ritual Beast monster, excuse me, where you can only special once per turn. So it gives you another name and extends your combos, but you do have to be aware that this card is a pendulum, so it won't hit graveyard if the opponent Torrentials or anything like that, which apparently Torrentials seem to play in my area, and I'm not expecting it. 3 Elder. I hate this card. I clump him so much, but I have to play him. I wish I could just get away with 2, but I can't. And then the last card is the 1 Lara. Like I said, Pilica became these two are basically the same card, but they're different names, which matters. So you're gonna want to be playing I'd be playing a similar Tamer lineup like this. I don't like the other Tamer, the new Wen. I don't think she's really that good of a monster. She's lackluster in my eyes. She's good if you play more Zephyr Pilicas, but you don't want to. I mean, I feel like she's probably better in pure Zephyr, but I don't even play that deck. So that does it for the monsters. For the spells, 3 Emergency Teleport, because this card's good. It gets you your Tamers. I usually sided 1 out. It's an easy side out card along with the 3 Upstart Goblins. I will say right now, one thing I did about every game I did side deck, I would always pretty much side out 3 Upstart and Double Monk. It gives you you have 5 easy side out cards in this deck. It's nuts. So you literally can just side deck whatever you want at that point. Double MST. Really tempted to bump this up to 3. I'm starting to absolutely hate back row in this deck. It's just so problematic, with how much back row does mess you up, and I don't have real outs to back row because Steeds doesn't pop back row. Then I wound up playing the 1 Bond over the 2nd Apelio, and the one I got 3rd, I played double of this, and the one I didn't, I just played the Apelio 1 Bond. It did not make a, well, let me rephrase that. It did make a difference a little bit about which one it was, but not in a difference to where it ever mattered. This let me make the fusion a little bit, but in those games I was winning anyways, and this didn't clump, nor did I have issues with this. I did have a few hands where I opened Apelio, Kanahawk, and Rampengu in the 2nd tournament, but I mean, I can't really say that'd be a thing considering I played only 1. It was a 1-2-3 ratio with those guys, so it's whatever. I'm testing Bond. I don't know how I feel about it because Bond lets you hit Ulti-Guy Apelio, and I think Ulti-Guy Apelio is pretty good if you just have to make it that way. It fixes clump in a sense, but it's also a pretty big neg. Then the 1 Raigeki, 1 Book, and 1 Goldsark. Your 3 other basic 1-ups. So that does it for the spells. Traps, I think, are actually the exact same as last time. I don't think I've changed any of the traps. For traps, we played 3 Steed, best trap in the deck. 3 Mirror Force. You're playing a hyper-responsive deck, you need this. 2 Ambush, it's your return from the different dimension. I don't know what else to say about this card. Obligatory 2 Chains joke, and then 1 Ring, 1 Bottomless. I still like these. The cards are good, especially this. I love Ring of Destruction. I would not cut it. So, I'm not talking a whole lot about the main because I've done this deck profile before, and there's only a few differences. And if you don't want to, you don't have to play the Bond. I don't really like it as much as a card, but I want to test it again with Gaia Apelio. So for the fusions, or for the extra, I guess I should be saying, we play 3 Hawk, 2 Pink Dolphin, 3 Ulti Apelio, and then 1 Ulti Gaia Apelio. So to, I guess explain why, or what this card does, you need any of the fusions, a beast, and a tamer. Then it has a few effects. Okay, so if you summon it by its own effect, never mind, I was misreading the card, but if you summon it by its own effect, it basically becomes, I believe, Herald of Perfection, where it negates anything by banishing a Ritual Beast card in hand. This card is both good and bad in my opinion. I love it because it's a 32 beater. When you drop it, you should in theory have a good hand if you're actually at a position where you can afford to drop this. And like, it has so many good interactions with this deck. It's just a really good card. It also, like, say if you like open Elder and a random Tamer with Bond, you can go Elder or summon the Tamer, Bond into this. You have a 32 beater. Also, a ruling I actually did not know about, which wound up messing me up a little bit, but not a whole lot. I did not realize the interaction between these two cards. I did not realize this cannot affect this whenever this attacks, so when this attacks it only stays 26, so this becomes even more of a necessity in my opinion. So, yeah. Play the fusions however you want. You can play double, Gaia Apelio, and cut one of my rank 4 choices. I personally just like these rank 4s. For the 4s I played 1 Dweller, 1 Chain, 1 Eschaton, 1 Castell, then 1 101. I can do that better. 1 101 and then 1 Ragnar Zero. Dweller I felt like was the weakest one. I made Chain. Actually, thinking about it, I made everything but these two. And I know someone going to say, why aren't you playing Chidori? I play Summoner Monk, so I can't conveniently make Chidori as often as I like to, and Castell is another problem solver. I wanted 2 problem solvers because I knew Honor Arc wasn't always going to be the best card to go into. So I don't know, sorry about that guys, for some reason my camera cut me off again. But to explain the chain combo really quickly, you go Monk, pitch any spell, get either Pengu or Canahawk, it doesn't matter which one. It just depends on how you want to set yourself up. Use their effects if you can. Overlay into Chain. Chain will detach the whichever one of these guys you got. Then you stack your deck for either a Pilika or a Lara. Do it depending on the opponent's do it depending on your matchup. If you know your opponent's not really disruptive, I usually like to go Pilika. If I know my opponent's really disruptive, I know I'm going to be going to Lara. Because if your opponent is going to mess up your play during the next turn, you want this to hit. You want the Tamer to hit Grave for ambush for a recovery play, compared to say just having this be like just killed and then like, oh, I can't ambush because I don't have a Tamer. So that does it for the extra deck. I did, like I said, from the box or the cash tournament a while ago. I was gonna change the extra, and that's how I'm playing it now. The side, I don't know how to side deck with this deck. I swear to God, I really don't. I need to figure out a side I like. So I am siding Double Max C. In the first tournament, I was siding. What is it? I was siding Double Ceasefire. I just didn't. I wanted to side Ceasefire, but I was like, I never had a good like. There was always another card I wanted instead of Ceasefire, and I figured I'd try these because I was, for today, playing a Ghost Ogre. I actually have 2 now, thankfully, which is obviously we've seen one from the box, and I wound up getting the other at the second box tournament. But these were Ceasefires. This was originally another MST, though at the first tournament I forgot to put in an MST, so I played with a 14 card side, but it never mattered. But yeah, that's I mean, that was what that was. Double Lancea. I do like this card, admittedly. This card's good. I have different opinions about this card now. I can't deny I actually like it. Then for spells, 1 DeFi. I said I was going to do this and I bumped the Dark Holes up to 2. This card is so strong right now. I love this card. I might possibly bump these, or like change 1 to a Torrential. I'm undecided about that. Torrential seemed pretty good, especially with how much I got wrecked by it, admittedly. That's probably the main reason I want to play it, just have a more responsive card. And then Double Twister. I am absolutely horrified of cards like Decree, Decree and Iron Wall primarily, and it gives me more MSTs. I can find my twist. I wound up having to like pick these up, but I couldn't find a third common MST. I have no idea where I put mine for some reason, even though like I had a stack on my desk and I didn't even realize it. Then one macro. I don't like to main the floodgates. Double fairy wind. Stop all that back row hate. Stop back row. Stop Klee. And double mind crush. I can't play this card for the life of me. I don't know why I can't play this card. This card is not my card. But I don't know what I'm gonna change about the side, and I mean, you guys have probably done hearing me ramble about this. You've probably seen this deck profile a million times on other channels. But I thought, hey, it would be nice to, you know, just get this for you guys again. So that is going to do it for the Ritual Beast deck profile for post-Cross Souls. I'll have Junk Doppel actually probably coming up soon. I mean, I have a build I'm going to be testing for funsies. You guys all have seen Mermail already. And that's about all I really have been playing for Yu-Gi-Oh! As of late. I mean, I've been playing Noble Knights on DN, but I'm missing a Brothers to profile that. So, unless you guys want a DN deck profile of Noble Knight, I can do that. I don't know, I'm looking forward to, like, future decks, I guess. I'm looking forward to playing Clown Blade. Clown Blade looks a lot of fun to me. This game is going to get a lot crazier. I'll try and do some deck profiles and new stuff, though. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for now, guys. So if you have any comments or questions or suggestions or whatever, go and leave them in the comments. And yeah, until next time, peace.